Hi friends, today we are going to make James Rizzi inspired cityscape. Okay, so let's see what are the supplies that we need. We need crayons or markers or some coloring material of your choice. Then we need a black marker. Okay, and if you don't have a black marker, you can use a black crayon or a black coloring pencil. Okay, so let's see how we do this. So this is a cityscape, so we are going to place the paper in the landscape style. Okay, and then what we are going to do is, the first step is we are going to draw buildings in the foreground. So we don't want all the buildings to be the same size, so we are going to make the buildings in different size. Okay, so I'm going to start. You don't have to use a ruler. If you want, you can. So I'm just going to make the buildings in different heights. So the next one is going to be a little bit taller. The next one is going to be a short, thin building. The next one maybe a medium size, big one. So keep on making buildings all the way to this side. Okay, so now next thing, so we have the buildings in the foreground, that is in the front. Now we are going to add some buildings in the background. So same thing, the same way, but this is going to be smaller. I'm going to add some buildings in the background. So have some buildings in the background. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add tops for the buildings with different shapes. So maybe this one, I'm going to use a triangle for this one. Here I'm going to use a half a circle, semicircle. Maybe this one, I'm going to use rectangles on top of each other. And then maybe this one, maybe a rectangle, or maybe a square, and then maybe a triangle on top. So you don't have to draw a top for all the buildings, but at least for a few. Okay, so here, so I think I'm happy with this. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to draw the sky. Okay, so the sky, there isn't much space. I'm going to draw a moon over here. Maybe you can draw a few stars. So some of the pictures James Rizzi has done is, it is like it's nighttime on one side, there is stars on one side, and there is sun on the other. So it's up to you. You can just make it a night sky completely, or you can add sun to one side and moon to the other side. So James Rizzi, he is an artist who is a popular, he's famous for pop art. Okay, pop is short for popular. And what he used to do is he used to make art in the style of a child. Okay, so what does a child do when the child is drawing a sun? Give the sun eyes and a mouth, right? Maybe for the moon also. So he used to do things like that. And then the speciality about his art is, as I said, it's childlike. And so usually when the kids are drawing something, they are really very colorful, and the pictures usually have a very thick outline with black. That's the reason we are using a black marker to give a nice thick black outline. So the sky is done. Maybe I'm going to make a few clouds also over here. Okay, and then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some faces. So he used to make the buildings with faces on that. That is also something a child would do, right? Give faces to the building. So let's see some examples of. So if you guys Google James Rizzi cityscapes, you will be able to see buildings with these funny eyes, nose and mouth and windows and all that. Okay, so I'm just going to find James Rizzi building, and then okay, so let's look at some of the examples for the eyes that we can draw. So the way he draw eyes, so I'll draw here. You can choose one from this, okay? A rectangle, and then see like that. That is one way he draw eyes for the building. Another way is like that. It's like a triangle, but instead of this part being pointy, it is flat. Okay. That is another way. Another eye. Okay. Now this is a triangle shaped eye. Diamond shaped eye. Let me see if there is. So you have some shapes, some ways you can draw the eyes, right? So you are now going to go ahead, put eyes for the buildings. You can choose the eyes from here, or you can come up with your own fancy eyes, because James Rizzi drew like a child. You guys, being a child, know how to draw like James Rizzi. Okay, maybe this one is a triangle eye. So I have the eyes done. You don't have to draw the eyes for all the buildings, but most you can add for like more than half of the buildings. Okay, now let's draw some, try out some nose. Okay, so the nose is like a L, or this way, or like this. These are some of the nose that he has used for the building. So nose, I'm going to add a nose. So this one's nose, let's see. Okay, so we have the nose. Then the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to draw the mouth. So the mouth, let's try out some mouth. So start like that. Upper lip, lower lip. Okay, draw a triangle, draw a line through the middle. We're drawing teeth. Another mouth, another mouth. Another mouth. mouth. Down. So these are some of the ways he have tried mouths on his building. So here are some examples for the mouth. So I'm going to go ahead, draw the mouth. This one. Okay, so we have the mouths done, and then let me take a look at his picture. Look at the So then let's draw where is it? Windows. Okay. Oh, this was just this way. And then maybe a door here. Another type of windows. You guys don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing. You can come up with your own windows also, my friends. I'm trying to think of shapes for the windows. Okay, what else shape? Okay, what? I'm just, oh, did I draw with a permanent marker on my whiteboard? That would be a good idea. Okay, so here, now this one. These buildings have like so go ahead and draw windows for all your buildings. Okay, so I'm done with the drawing part. So next is we are going to draw the not draw, we are going to color this thing up. Okay, so you can either use crayons or you can use markers to color it. I'm going to use the crayon. Let me find a picture that I like. Okay, so each building should be a different color. I think it will look nicer, right? Maybe I'll add some small triangles on top of this building. So maybe what you should do is the smaller areas, it will be easy. If you have markers at home, it will be easy for you to color with the markers. So I'm going to grab the first color that I'm going to color with, and then wherever it is green, I'm going to put green there, okay? The bigger areas, it is easier to color with the crayon. So color all the bases you think it will look good with that color, okay? All the small areas will look good if you use markers. Yellow for my son. So what he does is he go over the lines that he makes for the sun's rays with the yellow. What else can I put? I think I'm done with red. I will move on to the next color, which is orange. Okay, purple. So let me think. So I'm going to color this whole building purple, okay? So that is what he does. He colored the whole thing with just one color. So already the windows and doors are purple. So I'm going to use purple itself for the building. But this time I'm using crayon that will make it look like lighter color, right? It won't be as dark as the marker. So then the next color is going to be pink. Wow, such a colorful buildings. Usually you don't see such colorful buildings here, right? So so James Rizzi used to live in New York. So are these buildings that you would see in New York? I don't know. Let me give the moon also yellow. This one I'm going to put light green. So the teeth, I'm going to leave it white. Unless you want your building to have green teeth or whatever color you're using, you want that color for the teeth, you can go ahead and use that color. Okay, the next one, blue, blue, blue. Where are you, my friend? So should I color the teeth blue? No. Okay, this one purple. So there is a purple one here. Try to stay within the line. Don't color the next building also the same color, okay? See, that's what we have done. Each building is a different color and no two buildings next to each other is the same color, right? So yellow. We were talking about James Rizzi, right? James Rizzi is an artist who painted or made paintings like with a childlike character in that, okay? He believed that being childlike is the best because that is the time you have all the fun, right? So he wanted to have all the fun in the world, so he continued to paint like a child, draw like a child. So we are imitating him. It would be easy for my friends because you guys are kids, right? Adults, when they grow up, they are like more serious. They don't draw things like a child. They don't put faces onto buildings or sun or moon, things like that. But a child always tried to have fun somehow. They add things like faces to things. And so here we are trying to paint or draw and color like a child today. So this is the finished look of the James Rizzi lookalike Cityscape. Hope you guys had fun. Till we meet next week. Bye bye.